In this video, I would like to discuss a little about curve fitting. So curve fitting, it's when you are trying to adjust your strategy too much to follow all the market moves and catch all the moves that you see in the market. So this can happen from various reasons. One of the reasons is because you think you don't have enough trades. So you can look at this, you're on a daily chart, and you can make a calculation and you think, okay, I do not have enough trades, I need more trades because I want to make $1 million until the end of the year or something like that. So that's a very bad calculation. So if you have ever read the books Market Wizards, interviews with top traders, in one of the books there is one of the guys there, I don't remember his name, he was a forex trader, and he said that he lost about $50 million when he started to use money and things in life as a reason for his next trade. So he already had like 5 houses and he has seen a beautiful house and he was thinking, okay, the next trade on euro dollar, it's going to be for that house. So that was a big mistake because he lost $50 million. And there are a lot of psychological reasons why it's not a good idea to do this, like to not become too greedy with the markets. So if your strategy just gives you the trades that you see in backtesting and those trades are profitable and you have a good thing there that works, just leave it as it is, do a few modifications to it and see if you can improve it, but you need to put a lot of work into that. You need to put all the work. So for example, if I choose to backtest from the beginning of 2018, so let's say if I choose to backtest this market, S&P, from here to here, so you see there are 3 years of data. It's not that much, honestly, but it's enough to see if you have something with your strategy. So there are 3 years of data, and let's say to this REX indicator I go and I modify this from 14 to 15, and that's it. That's the only modification that I do. Well, you need to go back to the beginning and backtest again every trade, exactly as you did it before when this was 14. Because if you don't do that, that's how you will lose. When you go in day-to-day trading, it's going to be late when you are going to observe that your strategy does not work anymore because you did a small modification that it's not profitable. So you could see that in backtesting, but you didn't do it. So that's a form of curve fitting. Another form of curve fitting is to add too many indicators, so you have too many options. So for example, if I add this MACD indicator to the chart, you can already see that this indicator has a lot of elements around here. It has 2 lines and a histogram, it's called. But let's say I take out those lines, I only leave the histogram, and I change the inputs to 5, 25, 5, for example. And I want to use this also as an exit indicator in combination with the REX indicator. So I'm going to say, okay, when this is green, I'm good. When this turns red, I'm going to exit the strategy. And if you see that, you'll see that sometimes this takes you out later, so you make less money and so on. So this is called curve fitting. So if you add another indicator on top of this, all those 3 in combination, they are going to take you even later. So you can arrive in such a place that you go in at this price and it takes you out at the same price, so you make 0 money. Or who knows, with too many indicators, and if you start to add lines on the chart and you see, I don't know, other strategies you find on YouTube, maybe it will take you out on a loss, and you just do that several times and you lost a lot of money, and now it's very difficult to recover those money, and you are also hurt because you're hurt mentally because you lost those money. So it's very important to avoid curve fitting, like to avoid to squeeze every move from the market. Like if you go in here and you go out here and you made money, that's enough. Just find another asset. Maybe you'll find that asset that will give you less trades than the S&P markets. Maybe the S&P markets will give you the best trades, and other markets with a small modification, so you don't put two indicators, but you find out after a few rounds of backtesting back and forward, maybe you find out that moving a few points onto this indicator or making this 2020 or 1010, maybe you find out that in a market like the United Kingdom index or Dow Jones, maybe you find out that in those markets it's going to take you out faster. So you maybe find out that this configuration here, it gives you some profits, but if you modify a little this exit indicator, it improves the profits a little because that market moves differently. So you need to understand that the markets move differently. But don't try to squeeze everything. Just make it profitable. Just observe. Like you go in here, it takes you out here. That's good. That's great. So essentially the conclusion is that curve fitting is when you're trying to get the best entry and the best exit on a market. That's curve fitting. So you're going to do all those indicators and strategies in such a way that they are going to take you in and out of the market, and when you draw a line you see that you didn't make any profits or you lost a lot of money. That's why simple is better. So that's why simplicity is the best way in trading. Just use two indicators. Maybe you find another oscillator for your entries. I do not recommend that, but if you have a lot of free time and you like to backtest, who knows, maybe you'll find it. There are 10,000 indicators in the internet right now. I'm sure that there are 100 indicators in those 10,000 that are better than what you see here on the screen. I'm sure because I know people who trade with indicators like that. They never told me what those indicators are, but I know they are there, and if you have the free time and the will, you can find them if you put in the work, because you need to backtest every which one of them. Otherwise, if you don't have that time, if you don't want to do it, just use this, backtest this on all the assets that you want, and I can promise you, you will find profitability. See you in the next video.